Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a quick unboxing for you. So I have a package here from Brian Brown Knives. That's what I want to get into, but real quick, I have this letter here from my buddy Casey, Knives Fast. He's another YouTuber, great dude. I've kind of become buddies with him over the last month or so, yeah, he's just a great dude. And I signed up for his Patreon, which he has a Patreon now, and that really helps support his channel, helps him with shipping and getting knives in, so he can keep reviewing stuff for you guys. He's a family man. He's got a very large family with kids in college, so he can't just throw money around willy-nilly like I can. In some cases, obviously I'm not like loaded, but I pull the trigger on a lot more knives than Casey is comfortable doing because of that family situation, which I totally commend him for, obviously not putting his family in debt. Anyway, so if you can help him out and jump on his Patreon and throw him a couple bucks a month, I'm sure he would absolutely appreciate it. He did not ask me to do this, but I love the guy, so I just wanted to give him a shout out here. And because I signed up for the Patreon, I was sent this here letter with some stickers and a letter, I think. So I have the CKF Evo 2.0 here. And let's see, I'm not a big letter opening guy. And I apologize if it seems kind of, I don't know, it seems like overexposed somehow. It could just be my eyes. See if that helps. Does that help at all? I don't know. Now it seems a little low. Let's try this. Whatever, who cares? Anyway, so what I have here are some Knives Fast stickers. Check these out. You have this guy right here with the Finch Holiday. Zoom in. And his logo, obviously. I like his logo a lot. It's very clean, very simple, but at the same time, just really cool. I love the logos he's put together, and he has some new ones that look awesome as well. But yeah, so that's Knives Fast, and then there should be a letter in here, I believe, and I'm gonna read it. Hopefully nothing crazy on here. Kev, thanks so much for your Patreon pledge, and more so for your kindness and friendship. This will help a lot, brother. Thanks so much, Casey. So you can see right here, guys, he's just a really genuine and great dude, and I could not want to help him more, and he's never asked me for anything. I just want to be there for him. He's a great dude. So anyway, guys, please, if you haven't, go check out Knives Fast, subscribe, check out his videos. He does a live every Monday now. It's gonna be really cool. So yep, that is Casey, guys. All right, so we have a package from Brian Brown Knives. What could it be? What could it be? Of course, you all know what it is. I sent my Vulcan bit driver out to Brian because bits were getting stuck in it a little bit, and he seemed to know the issue. I got one of the very first ones. Like when he first dropped them, I jumped on the website and was in that first drop. And if you saw my video on that one, you'll know the story. And he's just a really cool dude. I've gotten to know him just a little bit through Jake's podcast, and then just chatting with him, DMing with him back and forth a little bit. And he was happy to fix it for me. And then I noticed he had a new version of it with fullers instead of knurling, and I'll show you what I mean. And I asked him if I could pick one of those up as well, because he does make them and drop them, so like you can't just call him and ask for one, right? But he said, hey man, I'll swap it for you. And I was like, okay. He's like, I'm happy to pay for another one and just have both. But he's like, no, he's like, I'll swap it for you, no worries. You want one with more grip, and you know, so I'll take care of it. And I was like, okay, Brian, thank you very much. So this is my new Brian Brown Knives Vulcan bit driver. So let's check it out if I can get in here. All right, so I did send it to him in this Civivi pouch. This is a nice box, by the way. I'm probably gonna keep that to ship some shit. I try to reuse a lot of packaging stuff, but I also get free stuff from USPS and use that. So zoom in a little here. My Civivi pouch, like I said. And this was not in there. So he included this little eyeglass cleaner type bag. And he was telling me when I ordered the first one that he was getting these. And I could have waited to get one, but I was like, nah, just ship the thing. Like, I don't need this bag. But it's kind of cool to have. So here we go. There it is, guys. This is my zirconium Brian Brown Knives Vulcan bit driver. So what you'll see in a second is the difference. And his spinners, guys, are just absolutely insane. So I'll show you what I mean. That thing's still spinning. Get some bits here too. So this is the other one I have, right? This is a Scout Leather Co. zirconium bit driver, and this spinner, I mean, you know what I'm saying? This thing's lacking. It works when you're using it and you want to spin something in your hand. It works perfectly fine, but it doesn't do this, and that shit is fun. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the original Brian Brown one looked like this to about here, okay? And then it looked a lot like this. And just imagine this going all the way down. Forget this part right here with the extra grip. And that's what it was like. So this is all the grip you had. You just had this little bit of knurling here. And it was good because you couldn't over-tighten screws. But it was bad because you couldn't get a really good grip to get a screw loose if it was Loctited or something. And I have the same problem with this one here. I still get decent grip, but you just can't get enough even though you have this extra tight knurling. It just doesn't really work that well. So the change he made, all his new ones, I guess, have these fullers in them now. Instead of that knurling, it's a little wider, about the same width as this one, because the original was a little thinner, I think. And then you have these fullers to get extra grip. And we'll see how that works. I guess I could test it on something. Ow. Test it on my Vero here. So, see how the grip is. Try to get this back screw off. Yeah. So, there we go. Tighten it down. Yeah, it seems like you can get a bit more grip on it than you could before. And this one's pretty good too, so I don't know. Probably shouldn't just keep messing with Vero bits. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's still probably, it's about the same as this one now with that extra knurling, so it's still not the grippiest one you can get because even with the fullers, you know, you still can slip out of there. But again, you know, with this kind of a driver, you want to be careful not to over tighten things. And if you can't get it loose with what you have, you probably should be careful and maybe think of a different plan. But that being said, I absolutely love this thing. I just love the look of it. I love zirconium. I love the spinner on top there. It's just a really, really cool knife maintenance tool, you know. You can't really, you know, I have a lot of knives and I enjoy expensive knives and all of that. And I started deciding to put some money into other aspects of the hobby. That's why I got these fancy bit drivers. I got myself a leather disassembly mat. See, this comes in and out a lot easier there. I got the mat. I got a nice Apache case from Harbor Freight, which I might upgrade to something a little better, like a Pelican case. Not a huge fan of the foam, but just stuff like that. I got this knife maintenance, like, organizer thing. You guys saw me set that up, and it just makes a difference, you know. You're just improving the hobby even more. Look at that. Oh my god, that is so cool. You're just making the hobby better for yourself. And I get it. This is all superfluous shit. Like, I don't need this. I don't need a knife organizer makeup kit. I don't need a fancy knife case or, you know, a leather, $200 leather mat to disassemble knives on. But I want those things, and it improves the hobby for me personally. And you know, you get to a point where I'm about a year into, like, really getting into collecting. I always liked knives, but I didn't really get into the community, so to speak, until about a year ago. And things change so rapidly, guys. Like, I was at first buying stuff like this. Kershaw Atmos. I bought this a year ago, probably. No, I may have had this one longer. I think I've had this one for a couple years. But this is the kind of stuff I was buying at first, you know. And then you kind of start moving your way up, and you buy things like, where is the damn thing? You buy things like Civivis, right? $50 to $70 knives with D2 or whatever. This is better than that now, obviously, but you buy stuff like that, and then you kind of work your way up to $100, and you get yourself a Banter. And it just keeps going and going if you let it. Some people can cut themselves off, and then by the end, you know, you're looking at a freaking, you know, $700 knife in your pocket along with a $400 knife in your back pocket, you know. Like, a year ago, I wouldn't have imagined having $1,100 on me in just knives. That doesn't even include my pry bar and flashlight. It's just insane how deep you can fall into the rabbit hole of the knife community. And for the people that stick with the Civivis, I bet you have 25 of them, but you know, to my one, okay, I have more than one Vero, but you get what I'm saying. To those people, I say, good for you. Like, you're probably the smarter person in this situation. Do I need more than 14C 28N micarta deep carry clip, slicey ass blade here on bearings that does this? No, I'll never need more than this. I got this for $48 on Knife Swap, so I could honestly sell everything else I own, keep this one Civivi, and my life would be just the same, probably better, because I'd have some money to do some other stuff. But my point is, it's a hobby, and you get into it and you grow, right? And then you start buying things like zirconium bit drivers in pairs. You have 2 of them. And then you think about getting more and different ones, and then there's a whole rabbit hole there. Then you get into stuff like pens, and you try like 12 different pens to see, you know, which one you like the best. And you end up, in the end, for me, deciding that this Refine EP1 is the best. And then I just sold everything else. So it's different for everybody, and it's fun, and I love this hobby. And my biggest thing about the hobby is the people in it. And I love you guys. I love interacting with you every day. It is my freaking favorite thing to do, is to sit there on my phone and interact with you guys in the comments, or on Instagram, or on Messenger, or on Reddit, or through text messages. There's, you know, it's all day, every day, shipping you guys stickers and stuff. And then when you get to interact and communicate with a maker like Brian Brown, it makes their product so much more appealing to you. And there's nothing wrong with this item. This item is awesome. I want it solely based on the way it looks and functions and everything. But the fact that it's made by Brian Brown adds a layer to it, and it makes me want more. Like, I want to support him as best I can. his job, his full-time job is making knives and stuff like this. And he's killing it, by the way, but I'm just saying, I want to support people like that. And that's the best part of the hobby, you know, especially when it's a maker and you're chatting with them and you're asking why they did this and why they did that and when's this coming out. And, you know, and the guys who take the time to answer those messages and truly respond and kind of become buddies are the ones that are gonna just keep growing and growing and making a name for themselves. And that's what Brian Brown's doing. So anyway, enough with the sappy shit here. I just wanted to unbox this new one and show it to you. I love it, just like I knew I would. And you guys will see it probably all the time because I'll start using it in all my disassemblies. And once that mat gets here, it's going to be showtime, guys. So anyway, this has been the Brian Brown Knives Vulcan bit driver. I absolutely love it, and I love you guys, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.